Hi, this is the recipe that I use for this soap. It's nothing special, it's more based on the soaps I had available at the time. And what I was trying to do was secret feather swirl with a peacock eye on it. And that is not what I got. I actually obtained results that I was very unhappy with, but I've come to embrace them. Uh, My idea was to make something that resembled a peacock feather, and instead I got something that resembled a painting by Salvador Dali or Dali. You know, the guy who painted those melted clocks. That's what my ultimate soap looks like a melted feather. But anyway, I am mixing the soap's colors here, and I just made two colors, white and green, and I did a base of white. The first thing that I will do different will be that if I'm using this, this is the skinny tall mold that I made out of cardboard, and there is another video for that. The first time I attempted a peacock feather, I was able to do it fairly successfully without dividers, and that's something that I was hoping to replicate here. However, that did not happen. And what I come to realize is that it was easier to do it on the regular silicone mold that is not the skinny toe, but the other, the one that the bar is on its horizontal side. But on this one, because it needs so much thinner line, it will be better if I use a divider, two dividers in the future. The fragrance that I used was Floral Musk by Nature Gardens, and it was more floral than musky, and I actually did not like it as much. But I'm hoping that I will like it better once the soap cures. It did cause the butter to rise a little bit, and perhaps to even accelerate a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. My oils were at about 95, and the light water I had done it with actually some distilled ice cubes that I had frozen, obviously the water. So that it was also low temperature overall. When I took the temperature in the video earlier, it was 98, so not too hot. It could have been cooler though. And what I'm making pretty much is use layers of both the white mix and the green mix, and just alternating them and trying to keep the green just in the center. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit at this point. So I did several layers until I was about halfway through the height of the mold, and that was when I did the hanger swirl. I've never done one of these before, so I actually use a hanger, and I that had the cardboard section for like pants, because I figured I needed something thick to push through these layers of soap that it's somewhat thick, or it had the consistency of mayo at this point. So I put it down the middle, and I press all the way down. Then I drag it, try to hold it down to one side and then the other. Ideally, you want this to be, I guess, in one move. And then I bring it up from one side so that it wouldn't disturb any more of the green layers, and it would only come up through the white layer. After I had done this, I went ahead and I kept doing the alternating layers with green and white mix until it was almost full to the top. The peacock I did it before with soap dough, and that's what you're seeing out on the screen. However, I will change this, that instead of making a short log and then stretching it by rolling it, I would make in the future a log that was the length that I wanted it to be, because I figured that when I was stretching it, when I was rolling it to make it longer, I distorted it in the inside, and I didn't notice this until after the soap was done. Next, I'm going to insert the feather eye into the soap, and I want to dip it only halfway through of the soap. So, because my mold is longer than the peacock center, I'm just putting it close to one end, and I'm going really slowly because it is a a tall mold. So, and it's not transparent, so I have no way of knowing exactly where it is, and I'm doing my best to calculate at which depth my fingers are in relation to the height of the mold, and also trying to keep it straight horizontally, so applying even pressure. After this, I just added the leftover soap on the top and decorated it. So this is what the final soap bars look like, and there was not a single one that I really liked. However, this is mostly for my own use and my family use, so I'm hoping they're not gonna be picky about this one and that they like the fragrance.